This is my week one recap of what I did to get closer to being less socially anxious and getting a girlfriend. This week, what I did was I read that book that I was talking about earlier. I finally finished it, No More Mr. Nice Guy. I worked out, went to Planet Fitness. I reached out to a friend, which is something I never do. I have a friend who's a psychologist who recently graduated from a doctorate program. And I asked his advice on this whole thing as far as getting less anxious and meeting women. He said to me that I should try meetup.com, and I looked into that. It didn't really work for my area. It's mostly for older women or people that are 50 plus, it seems like, in my area. But at least I reached out. I think that was the real important part there, is just that I reached out to someone, because I'm the type of person who won't reach out to people and is very afraid to ask for help. But I did that, and I think that was a very good practice for me. I also went out to eat, and for once I went out to eat when I thought there'd be people there, because a lot of times when I do go out to eat, on the rare occasion that I do by myself anymore, I will go when I think no one else is there as a means to avoid people. I also crashed a dirt bike. I rode on my brother's dirt bike and I wound up crashing it. Something I'd never done before in my adult life, ride a dirt bike. I wound up giving it too much throttle. It was like a manual dirt bike, so it's kind of hard to get it going and whatnot. And when I started it up, I gave it too much gas, pulled a wheelie on it, and wiped out, tore my knees up a little bit, hyperextended my thumb. But the dirt bike's fine and I'm fine. But like I say, it's just a matter of putting myself in any uncomfortable situations that I would normally think to myself, I don't want to do this, or I'm not going to try this for the next month or so. I tried to go skydiving when I went to Chicago. I went to Chicago. I'll mention that in a little bit, but I tried to go skydiving. The weather wasn't good enough. I really want to do that because I think that'd be a great like catalyst goal, as far as that's something that most people are mildly afraid of, at least skydiving. I went, but the weather was bad, so I couldn't go. I'm going to try it again at some point. When I went there too, there was a homeless person in Chicago, in the city of Chicago, and kind of rundown looking area, probably in the wrong area. And his name was Andre, and he was trying to pump my gas for me. And this man scared me because I purposely parked my truck like in a way where I was real close to the gas pump, and my door was kind of shielding me from the one side. And this man came, ran up, shimmied in there in between the gas pump and my truck, and he was trying to pump my gas for me. And he startled me, and I wound up giving him some money, giving him $10, so that's all I had in my wallet. And I shouldn't have done that, but he was a nice enough guy. He wasn't like really scamming or scheming. He was just like an old man. And he told me his name was Andre, and he tried to show me his Tupac music. And I was a little bit afraid like he was working with somebody else, and they were like run up and pick my wallet or club me over the head. But he was just like a crazy old crackhead dude. And I got over a little bit of that fear of the unknown. For everybody's a little bit afraid of homeless people, especially when you see like the mentally ill ones screaming on the street. Most people won't have a conversation with them. I had a conversation with one, and I'm a little bit less afraid of them. I also, when I went to Chicago, I went to the luxury district and walked around, and I looked at watches and whatnot, and I went up looking at an Omega watch that was like $15,000. And obviously I didn't buy it, but I told the salesman that I wasn't interested in it after looking at him for a while. And I think that was a good thing for me to tell someone no in a situation like that, because I'm not used to telling people no. I'm often afraid to tell people no in person. I don't have a problem with it over email or something, but I feel like I often have to come up with an excuse of why I don't want something, or I'm afraid to just say, hey, I'm not interested. And that's what I said this time. I'm going to try that some more, go places and just tell people I'm not interested in things after looking at them. I don't want to waste anybody's time, but just for minor stuff. I often feel like I have to come up with an excuse of why I don't want something rather than just saying no, like I say. Yeah, that's pretty much what I did this week. I feel like I've done pretty well. Oh, I also have been working on my diet a little bit in addition to exercising. The mistake I made in the past with trying to gain weight has been that I feel like I did a lot of dirty bulking, and I would try and like eat like 5 Taco Bell tacos, and afterwards I would just feel ill after a while, and I would like lose my appetite for a day or two. This time I'm keeping the meals a little bit lighter, and I'm not trying to eat so much greasy crap. I Also got like a pillow for my bed because I have acid reflux, and that'll help me out a little bit. Again, trying to get healthy, trying to focus on that so that I can have an easier time with other stuff, my health problems. That's my week so far, and I'm looking forward to the week to come and trying new stuff to get over this anxiety. Thanks for your continued support. Still haven't given up.